millimeter, man. You are killing me, brother. I just saw your video response to me as I watched it about 90,000 times already and just laughed my ass off. Um, what you call red legs have nothing on Navy SEALs? You're out your damn mind, fool. A Navy SEAL is probably one of the best, if not the best, special operation commandos in the world. Okay, and you always referring to your little Southeast Asian award right here, rubbing your hat like this, dude. Come on, bro. Okay, really? Really? I can go to my local Army Navy depot and buy that hat. Alright? And I'm not going to thank you for your service. Because you didn't serve a day in the military. Alright? You're a fake. Okay? I know about Gulf War Desert Storm 1 too. I was a child. But I know about it. I was born in 82. Okay? And you're right. It doesn't matter what combat zone I served in. Because I'm not a fake. Okay? I'm not a fake. I don't need to sit up here dressed in my military attire to prove something. So let me give you a little clue, 155 millimeter. Okay? Real veterans don't need to talk about what they did. They'll tell you they were veterans, but they don't need to talk about it. Alright? There's a little clue for you.
Or
Do it.
or are they pogues? Like so many you see here on YouTube. There, Mr. Englhart, who are afraid if they talk about it, they might get fucking laughed at. Okay? You know, get your shit straight there, Mr. Englhart. And by the way, you said something in this video about it doesn't matter what combat zone you served in. You know, son, I don't think you even served in a combat zone. Period. Okay? You're probably one of those stateside, what we used to call REMFs. Look it up. And by the way, I always use the word here, pogue. Yes, pogue. I'm pretty sure you're a pogue. And by the way, you know, I'm pushing my glasses up here. Okay, these glasses don't really fit me too great. They're from the 90s. I actually bought them from a PX when I was in the military. You know, the Army has a bad habit of selling Air Force, you know, glasses, and I actually, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Air Force does have some cool ass looking shades though. So, you know, back in the day, you know, these shades used to look, in the 90s they were in, you know, so I went and picked up a pair from the PX, you know, the Army AFES, you know, Army Air Force Exchange Services. I don't know what they call the shit now, but yeah, AFES, went and picked them up. And, you know, like I said, Mr. Mathew Englhart, I've yet to see any proof that you even served inside a combat zone. Okay, whether that be imminent danger, a designated imminent danger combat zone with, like a lot of your poke buddies did, and most of them served inside the wire, or maybe whether it be a served under hostile fire, as I did. U.S. Department of Defense designated hostile fire zone. Look it up. Okay, they most likely, unless there's chemical weapons in the air, they usually don't designate it hostile fire. You know, but regardless of what you think, it's not just bullets flying through the air that can get you in the combat zone. Trust me, I'm living proof of that. And any one of your asshats who want to call me out and call me a fake and all this other bullshit, like I said, first of all, prove themselves. Because as you've seen before here in the past, I don't even take shit off of Purple Heart veterans, okay? And Mr. Englhart, I don't believe for a minute that you ever even deployed. Don't get me wrong, you know, I don't have any problems with non-deployed veterans. I mean, the way I look at it, you know, is they serve, you know. Even when the guys don't deploy to a combat zone, I don't look down on them because they serve. But when a fuck like you comes over here calling out a hostile fire veteran like myself, you know, I don't take shit off of no little stateside boy. Okay? Son, I'm probably higher service connected in the tip of my pinky than your whole family tree has been service connected who served in the military, if in fact any of them did. So, let me make sure I do this right. Oh, by the way, this is a little red leg toy. You know, this is a little combat team member toy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with combat teams. I sure am, because I served on one. But you know, you've got your red dot sight. A lot of combat team members use red dots here, or ACOGs on their rifles, M16 rifles. As you can see right here, you know, this is a Zev Technologies Glock 17. Matter of fact, Mr. Mathew Englhart, I'm pretty sure your tax dollars is what helped me pay for this, being the badass veteran I am. So yeah, thank you for utilizing your freedom of speech that I myself and you and the rest of us veterans served for, so that you know, would have that right in this country. And by the way, here's another hat I bought. It cost about $9.95. I bought it from the Army Surplus store, and yes, I'm wearing it. I don't wear hats there. We'll call you sir, because you know you kind of talk like an officer, you know. Me, you know, the little. I'm sure you're nothing but a troll anyway, but I decided to give you, you know, a good less than 10 minutes of my time. But I don't wear any valor that I didn't earn. Okay. There's a whole lot boys like you got to learn about Gulf War One, and I notice how you so quickly like to suck off Raven Bones 1. Okay, Raven Bones 1. Don't get me wrong. It's been said that he served in the Cav, but now Raven Bones 1 and I don't agree on that one aspect, because even though, don't get me wrong, he was attached to the cavalry, Raven Bones 1, I don't consider him a combat team member. Okay? First of all, you got to be stationed at the home of the first Cav, which is Fort Hood, Texas. And as far as I know, Raven Bones 1 never was. Just because he was attached as a medic, okay, as support for the Cav, should tell you a whole lot about Raven Bones 1 and why he's so jealous of Big Daddy 155. Because, see, I'm the real deal here, Mr. Mathew Englhart. We combat team members of the Cav, we don't take backseat to Navy SEALs. We don't look up to Navy SEALs. It's called live the legend, son. Okay. Some of us are lucky enough to survive it and be able to tell our stories. And that's why you see me here on the web, son. Now, anytime Raven Bones 1 You know, like I said, I know he's got his little joke channel over here. And, you know, that's exactly what I consider him, a joke. Anytime he wants to go head-to-head with me, here on the web with physical, service-connected, toxic wounds and injuries. Any day. Because I can tell you right now, Raven Bones 1, you know, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of respect for the guys who have PTSD, but Raven Bones 1, last time I checked, he was service-connected PTSD. My service connection is directly from the combat zone theater, and it's physical. You got that, son? So next time you boys want to tell Big Daddy 155 about combat, be sure to make sure you're rated for physical injuries from the theater. I forgot to start this video out with hello mates and lasses, this is 155mm bringing you another video, and I'm going to end this video with, remember, respectable citizens carry firearms, criminals carry weapons, and peace out. Now, you go back on over to worshiping your heroes, the Navy SEALs there, Mr. Mathew Englhart, because see, I know everybody, you know, watches all the Hollywood movies, and you know, you're always glorifying the teams, right? Well, son, I was part of the U.S. Army team, combat teams. That's why we don't take shit from pogues like you. I think this hat pretty much speaks for itself. One of the most decorated divisions in the United States Army, if not the most decorated division in the United States Army, son. Now, what's the new bull, you know, BS here? You gonna claim Big Daddy 155 is stealing valor from the Cav now, boys? Welcome to the Cav, son. Live the legend.